Hiya Nigel, Wednesday. Good to see you back hitting the golf ball as well as you were by the end of this session. Just a couple of things to go over again from the points brought up in the lesson. As we said, very common for people to go back into their old faults, things you've done in the past. Obviously not played that much during this sort of strange period that we're living in right now. The 12, 13 weeks off and so on. You can see now you've sort of fallen back with that club being a little bit more kind of inside and behind you. Club at this point now, as we can see, a little bit kind of behind the hands there, and a little bit kind of hooded and closed down. Now because of this now with the club working in here, your path into the golf ball is generally going to be out to the right. And if the club face is closed or hooked, the club face when it makes contact with the golf ball is aiming on that green. And as a result of that, you're going to see a lot of shots doing this. Now once the ball starts hooking and going a long way to the left, you're going to make almost like an unconscious adjustment to that and then send the club or try to send the club even further right to try and stop that ball missing left, and that's going to result in those top shots as your club gets too far, as we say, behind you and a little bit low. So you can see now as you come into the golf ball, not actually a bad top of the backswing position overall in terms of the left arm and the club, but just that club going a little bit behind you there as we come back. As we start dropping back into here, another club again, just slightly behind you, just swinging that path out to the golf ball now, catching top of the ball, and that ball then fizzing down the range quite low as we can see, with the club face working a little more out to the right. So the sensation you want to try and have, and hopefully as you said towards the end of the session you're getting quite a good feel for it now in terms of trying to create that spin or that spin or that spin in an ideal world. You can see this club here now as it goes back. We look at the sort of same two checkpoints, club face now perfectly in line with the hands. We go back to this position here now where that club is getting a bit behind you. Compare like with like, you can see the club face now in a better position, and that club face now working a little more up in the backswing, getting that left arm working up over that right shoulder, setting that golf club in a much better position. So when you come back down to the golf ball, the sensation of really opening the face up, as you said, when you come back to it, the golf ball here now, you see the golf ball now driving down the range. Now you just pulled this one a little bit, if truth be told, just because the path was probably a little bit off to the left more so than you're used to. But in terms of the actual strike of the golf ball, arguably a little bit toey, but at least we were able to get that club because it's now more in front of you to come down to hit the ground. But the second the club gets stuck behind here, the club's going to be working too high and up to impact, thus causing the ball to go off to the right there and or top. So work on that angle coming down, work on that club face manipulation, trying to get that club face a bit more sort of open to try and create different spins both off to the right and off to the left as you start getting more club face control. And I'm sure you'll find that sort of thinny ones that you had, or the toppy ones and all the hooky ones, will start becoming less and less frequent. So hope that makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout and I'll catch you in the next lesson. Cheers Nigel.